Hi everyone, this is Edwin, and welcome back to another edition of Heart of the City Radio. And as always, we got a great show planned for you today. So let's kick it off now with a couple of sisters that Bobby and I got to go see a couple of years ago at an outdoor concert here in Tampa, Florida. Here is LoveCollide and Sold Out. Thanks for joining us today.
You set my heart for you ablaze, burning so bright I'm not ashamed. I'm gonna let it shine until it fills the sky. You give me breath so I can praise your name, and there's no better way for me to live my life, and that's the reason why. I'm sold out, every single move I make is yours now, that'll never change. I won't be satisfied unless I'm living my life full out, no doubt, sold out. I'll go wherever you lead. I'll cross 100 stormy seas, no matter what the cost. I'll count it all as ours, all as ours, all as ours. I'm sold out, every single move I make is yours now, that'll never change. I won't be satisfied unless I'm living my life full out, no doubt, sold out. It's my heart's cry, one desire, to tell the world the good news. It's my heart's cry, one desire, to tell the world about you. Sold out, I'm yours now, yeah. I'm sold out, every single move I make is yours now, that'll never change. I won't be satisfied unless I'm living my life full out, no doubt, sold out. I won't be satisfied unless I'm living my life full out, no doubt, sold out.
From Tennessee, that was the Deliri Sisters of LoveCollide and Sold Out, the opening track from their self-titled CD. Thank you, ladies.
There's a sound that's coming that we can start to hear.
Where the music doesn't all sound the same. Welcome to Heart of the City Radio.
It's the sound of nations who have joined as one.
Well, let's brave the weather right now and head way up to Ypsilanti, Michigan, and check in with my friend Brigitte Donoho, who brings us a great worship song called Restored.
I am broken here on my knees. I need your direction, Lord. Speak to me. You're the light that pierces this darkness within. Lord, enter in. Lord, break these chains that seem to shackle my mind. Remove this fear I feel that consumes me inside. Lift my head up and open my eyes. Open my eyes. Restore me again. Restore the things
Thank you, sister. But let's get back down here to Florida, where it's a little warmer, and meet up with an artist who is doing a lot in support of independent Christian musicians in our area. Here's my friend NoMad, and this is Water into Wine.
Another day to flee or fight, another chance, a new start. Together we can make this right. I know what's tearing you apart. I have crossed the great divide. We can go back, you and I. It's up to you to decide. A simple choice before your eyes. It ain't easy, but if you ask, I will turn your water to wine. You can trust me to make it last. I will turn your water to wine. Oh, there are no mountains to hide, no ocean deep enough, 'cause I will go the extra mile, extra mile. How could I just write you up? Because my love is a storm kind, the very one you dream to find. It's up to you to decide, to be the apple of my eye. And it ain't easy, but if you ask, I will turn your water to wine. You can trust me to make it last. I will turn your water to wine. Oh, it ain't easy, but if you ask, I will turn your water to wine. You can trust me to make it last. I will turn your water to wine. You can trust me to make it last. I will turn your water to wine. You can trust me to make it last. I will turn your water into wine.
Water into Wine by the artist known as NoMad from his EP Extra Mile. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you all about how I recently attended a concert and missed the headliner altogether, but I came home totally satisfied.
All around the battle's raging, now surrounded by the enemy. But I have a peace of mind, 'cause the fight was never mine.
Wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord.
This is Heart of the City Radio, playing every musical style under the sun, as long as it glorifies the sun.
And as I journey through this, take my hand as I walk alone. Leave me with your spirit, God, and all those seeds of faith you sown.
Well, like many of you, I love attending concerts. And over the years, I've probably attended well over 1,000 in venues ranging from Madison Square Garden to my local church. So recently, I was on my walk and I noticed they were setting up for a concert later that evening. So I went over to check out the lineup and I noticed the last act, who I assume was the headliner, was this band called the Lee Boys, one of America's finest African-American sacred steel ensembles. So I just had to come back and check them out. So when I returned to the park that night, the preceding act was still playing. This funky band from New Orleans with just drums, a tuba, and guitar. They were actually quite good. But it was starting to get late and I was getting a little restless, so I just decided to skip the Lee Boys altogether. So, as I started to walk back to my car, I decided to pass through the backstage area when I saw this guy standing there by his car. So I asked him if by chance he was with the Lee Boys, and he said, as a matter of fact, I'm their leader and founder, Alvin Lee. So I told him who I was and he handed me a CD. And as I was driving home, I popped in the CD. And after listening for about a minute, I said to myself, man, I should have stuck around.
Father in heaven, I wanna praise your name, rejoice in your kingdom, and let your spirit reign. You are the answer, the only saving grace. Lord, you have sent us your only begotten Son. You came to deliver us from the evil one. He is the light that shines through the darkest night. You're all I believe in. You took all my guilt and shame. When everyone's leaving, your presence still remains. Give me this feeling no one else can explain. Shelter when it rains. I wanna praise you with everything. I wanna praise you with all I got. I wanna praise you with everything. I wanna praise you with all I got.
From Miami, Florida, that was the big sound of the Lee Boys with Praise You from their CD Testify. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be hearing a lot more from these guys on Heart of the City Radio. And by the way, that evening, looking at their website, I noticed after Lake Wales that they were headed up to Washington, D.C. to perform at a little venue called the Kennedy Center for the Arts. Thank you, guys. Great sound. Well, it's not every day that I get to play a number one song on Heart of the City Radio, but recently another band came through our area here in Lake Wales, of a totally different genre, by the way, and during their concert, Donnie Williamson looked over to me and said, "Brother Edwin, I got some good news," but of course I already knew what it was. Singing their number one song according to Singing News, here's one of America's top mixed quartets, the Williamsons, with Every Moment, Every Mountain, Every Mile.
There are days my heart feels heavy, and I struggle now and then, but victory with Jesus is always sweet. If I could go to the places I've already been, I'd do it all over again. I would face every moment that He's brought me through, climb each mountain I've already climbed. Every step I have traveled, He's been faithful and true. So I'd walk them again by His side. Every moment, every mountain, every mile. Many times it was a struggle, trusting what I could not see, but each time He worked all things for my good. So I would walk by His side through each triumph and trial. Every moment, every mountain, every mile. I would face every moment that He's brought me through, climb each mountain I've already climbed. Every step I have traveled, He's been faithful and true. So I'd walk them again by His side. Every moment, every mountain, every mile. Every step I have traveled, He's faithful and true. So I'd walk them again by His side. Every moment, every mountain, every mile. Every moment, every mountain, every moment, every mountain, every mile.
Thank you, guys. You know, I'm always happy to play the Williamsons, especially after taking me out to Chili's. Just kidding. Or maybe not. Bienvenidos a Radio Corazón de la Ciudad, Welcome to Heart of the City Radio with me, Edwin. Well, I'm so happy to report that we are now partnering with my friend Robert Cubero and Radio Esperanza, Hope Radio, which just recently went to 96.9 FM here in Polk County, Florida. So, to honor our Latino community, I thought we'd play a couple of Latin-style numbers, starting with our own Heart of the City worship band, performing one of our earliest Latin-style songs, I Will Praise Him, off of our CD, With One Voice. And it actually features a solo by yours truly and Eunice Bravo.
Defeated, but he was
Thank you, band. So here's another true story. You do know that all my stories are true, right? So a couple of Sundays ago, I walked out of our bungalow here in Lake Wales, and I got into my car to go to church. And as I was heading out of our parking lot, I noticed this well-dressed guy who I'd never seen before walking over to his car, and I just had to stop and ask him in Spanish, "I bet you're going to church, aren't you?" He said yes, and so I asked him which church. And he said he was visiting a Spanish church in Winter Haven for the first time. And I told him that's exactly where I was going for the first time as well. Thinking back, we probably could have carpooled. Anyway, it turns out that this brother was going to actually be singing that morning. So, needless to say, I got his CD. So, from literally 5 doors up, here's my neighbor Heriberto Ramirez and Adoremos al Señor. Let us worship the Lord.
Nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación. Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación.
En el Salmo 150 de la Biblia se expresa mejor. Dice que todo el que respira debe estar alabando al Señor. En el Salmo 150 de la Biblia se expresa mejor. Dice que todo el que respira debe estar alabando al Señor.
Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación. Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación.
No dejemos que el gozo se apague ni perdamos nuestra comunión. Levantemos las manos al cielo y adoremos a nuestro Señor. No dejemos que el gozo se apague ni perdamos nuestra comunión. Levantemos las manos al cielo y adoremos a nuestro Señor.
Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación. Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación.
Si alabamos nos fortalecemos y alcanzamos de Dios el favor. Todo pueblo que mora en la tierra hoy comience a alabar al Señor. Si alabamos nos fortalecemos y alcanzamos de Dios el favor. Todo pueblo que mora en la tierra hoy comience a alabar al Señor.
Alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación. Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación.
No dejemos que el gozo se apague ni perdamos nuestra comunión. Levantemos las manos al cielo y adoremos a nuestro Señor. No dejemos que el gozo se apague ni perdamos nuestra comunión. Levantemos las manos al cielo y adoremos a nuestro Señor.
Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación. Con las manos arriba alabemos con el gozo nuestro corazón, adoremos al Rey de los cielos, Él es bueno y nos da salvación.
Si alabamos nos fortalecemos y alcanzamos de Dios el favor. Todo pueblo que mora en la tierra hoy comience a alabar al Señor. Si alabamos nos fortalecemos y alcanzamos de Dios el favor. Todo pueblo que mora en la tierra hoy comience a alabar al Señor.
For today's devotional, please allow me now to share with you 5 Bible verses for trusting God in the new year. The first one is Psalms 63, 7 and 8. Because you are my helper, I sing for joy in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you, your strong right hand holds me securely. The second one is Psalms 138, 1 and 2. I give you thanks, O Lord, with all my heart. I praise your name for your unfailing love and faithfulness, for your promises are backed by all the honor of your name. The third verse for trusting God in the new year is Psalms 5, 11 and 12. Let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them sing joyful praises forever. Spread your protection over them, that all who love your name may be filled with joy. For you bless the godly. O Lord, you surround them with your shield of love. The fourth verse is Proverbs 3, 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. And the final verse today for trusting God in the new year is Psalm 139, 23 and 24. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life. This devotional was brought to you today by Our Daily Bread and Heart of the City Radio. Well, you know, we have 10 broad categories of music here on Heart of the City Radio, and this next artist crosses over 2 categories, Spanish and instrumental. So here's my friend and former pastor, musician, singer-songwriter Isaias Marquez with his instrumental version of the Carrie Job classic Revelation song. This is Heart of the City Radio.
you fans out there. This is Galen Paul, and you're listening to Heart of the City Radio.
Soften my heart, dear Lord Jesus. There's times when I just don't care.
We're going to wrap up today with a couple of great praise and worship songs, in different styles, of course. After all, this is Heart of the City Radio. And we begin with Eagle Brook music from the multi-campus Eagle Brook Church up in Minnesota with No, Not Once.
Through the darkest night, your light is shining brighter still, bringing us to life. Your love is an anchor in the storm. We believe you never fail, and we are free by your power. Your victory made a way. You never failed us, no, not once. You never failed us, no, not once. Catching like a fire, you keep us burning brighter still. Open up our eyes, Jesus, you're the answer to it all. And we believe you never fail, and we are free by your power. Your victory made a way. You never failed us, no, not once. You never failed us, no, not once. Each step we take, you go before us. In our heartbreak, you're right beside us. Forever we stand within your promise. So now we sing, you never failed us. Each step we take, you go before us. In our heartbreak, you're right beside us. Forever we stand within your promise. So now we sing, you never failed us. And we believe you never fail, and we are free by your power. Your victory made a way. You never failed us, no, not once. 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 You never failed us.
Where there once was only death, you brought us life. In the midst of our rebellion, made us right. You've captured every broken heart. You hold us in your hand. No fear remains in Jesus' name.
Thank you, guys. Well, you know, every so often, I just gotta get my fix of what I consider to be one of the greatest guitar licks in Heart of the City radio history. It's by my Tampa friend Zeb Webb and the band True Game. I just think it's a great way to rock it out today. It's called Glory. This is Heart of the City Radio. Thanks for joining us today.
Long before we loved you, Lord, you died on Calvary. You saw how sin had captured us and came to set us free.
Well, that does it again for us today, and once again, I really want to thank you for listening, and I do hope you'll tell all your friends about Heart of the City Radio. We'd love to hear from you, so please write to me at edwin@heartofthecity.org, or you can always call, text, or leave me a message at 612-327-5126. Make sure you like our Facebook page where we always post videos and information about all of our artists. Please follow us on Twitter, and now you can actually watch a slideshow of this entire episode on our YouTube channel. And if you're in Polk County, Florida, remember to listen to us on your radio every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on Hope Radio, Radio Esperanza, 1280 AM and now 96.9 FM. This has been Heart of the City Radio with me, Edwin. Have a wonderful week. Be Be blessed, be encouraged, bless somebody today, and we're gonna catch you next time.